Welcome, guys, to the OTV podcast. I hope you're all happy to be here. This has been a lot of work in the process. This is only me doing this podcast right now, guys. So, I've had to set up everything by myself. But to God be the glory, we are here and we are healthy. And what about it? So, guys, welcome to the Olives TV podcast. As you must have seen in the trailer, this podcast will be a lot to do with social media, pop culture, fashion, every single thing. It's really no structure. It's structureless but structured, So we hope to do a lot of different things this year and the many years to come. But yeah, I'm Olis. So in case you didn't watch it, I am Olis. I'm Timothy Olis. And I own Olis TV, I also own Olis Wear. So if y'all like fashion, that's all fashion stuff. But this is a bit more chill, because you have to relax. It's too much sometimes. I am also a mix. So I am Nigerian, I'm a bit Northern Irish, I'm a bit American, I'm a bit everything, friends. So if you hear my accent changing, this is because I don't have one set accent, okay? So I'm very multilingual, so y'all just get used to it as we go. But I am really happy to be here, this week for me has been very busy. It's been a lot of different vibes. It's been a busy week, even though it's only Tuesday. It's been busy because our exams are coming up next week, girl, and I need to revise. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna, if I show you my laptop right now, you're gonna see Podcastle, you're gonna see Podcast, and right beside Podcastle, you're gonna see Zero to Finals, friend. So the work is working, but we are here, we're so strong, and what about it? Nothing's gonna bring us down. But yeah, guys, my week it's been good. I hope you guys have had a nice week. This is our weekly check-in. We're always gonna have a weekly check-in, and then I hope after this, we can have a dilemma and discussion. But yeah, guys, this is just the beginning. So if you have any questions, if you want any alterations, please let me know and I will be happy to oblige. But here we are for the first episode. Guys, honestly, I've been thinking this week, and not even this week, I've been thinking about friendships, and friendships have really been in my mind. And I don't know, I want to put a question out to you guys. How do you guys classify your friendships, Because for me, I would say with my friendships, I have definitely three tiers, I would normally think of people as acquaintances and then as friends and then best friends. I think that's what normally people would do. There are people who I think who are your friends, but who are you're not yet you've not developed friendships with them, but you know that you're going to be really good friends with them. And I feel like me, I can just pick out people who I'll be friends with, and those people I don't treat them as acquaintances. I treat them as if they're my friends. It's kind of like manifesting friendships. But apart from that, I've been thinking about my best friends, because I feel like I have, for me, I can say yes. There was a point where I didn't used to have a lot of friends, but you know, I don't feel like anybody can just have one best friend. That's what I will say. I feel like best friends for me are a two-dimensional thing. I can go from having no best friends to having a couple of best friends, but I don't feel like I can ever have just one. And I feel like there's been so many times where I've been looking for one best friend, but I have a lot of best friends for different Oh, calm down. It's okay. I have a lot of best friends for different things, and I feel like that's probably the best way to go about it. But yeah, guys, that's what I've been thinking on friendships. Friendships are a very good thing to have, but all my friends, guys, if you are ever in a situation, because trust me, I was very much in a situation very recently where I was quite, I just was quite isolated. If you're ever looking for friendships, don't look. That's my secret. They will come to you. Every single one of my best friends who I've had, I've never ever looked for them. But yeah, I don't know, that was on my heart, that was on my spirits, so I had to talk about it. But yeah, guys, one thing that I've been seeing on social media, and this is going to be so sporadic for any of y'all who are very good at jumping from topic to topic, y'all will follow me, y'all will get with me, you know what I mean? But I was literally just on TikTok 2 seconds ago. I was seeing about this Kanye West. I feel like I'm a gossiper. Those African aunties who come to gossip. They'd be like, did you see Temi? Did you see the dress that she was wearing? It was so short. I feel like one of those people now. But guys, I was literally on TikTok and I was watching was it Kanye West and his new wife? I can't remember. Is her name is Sensori or something? Sensori Bianchi or something like that. And like, guys, I don't know. I feel like it's really creepy. Like, and then I saw another TikTok, and this makes me feel like I'm chronically online, but I'm really not because I seriously don't have time for it. But yeah, what was I gonna say? See, I've lost my train of thought. But these guys on social media and all these celebrities, they are very, very intermingled and very intertwined. That's what I've realized. And it's kind of weird whenever you see how intertwined they are. Like one person will be talking to this person, but this person has already slept with this person. Like it's kind of crazy sometimes. And I was just looking at it. I was just like, this is really weird. And Hollywood itself is quite weird. Like it was was it yeah, they went out, Kanye and the new wife, and she was naked, like wearing this poncho thing, and he was completely clothed, and his own is not even clothes. His own is like, he will cover his head, he will cover his hands. I was just like, ah, this is very, like I feel like I look at things through two different sets of eyes. There's like the rational eyes, and then there's like the artistic eyes, and which one to see from a different perspective. So I can appreciate it from that side. But whenever you look at it from like a real life point of view, you're just like, this is very creepy. The fact that there's this kind of like, I don't know, there's this desire to be so different, and sometimes it overcomes rationality, and it gets to a point where you're just like, I don't know, girl. I don't know. Like, I can be quite random sometimes. Like, y'all will see it. Like, my whole launch video for my podcast was a proof of that. But, like, sometimes I don't know. I feel like there's an internal fight sometimes between artistry and rationality. But, guys, it's not easy. Honestly, for any of y'all who are creatives, I really do feel for you because it's hard to definitely exist in a world where, you know, I don't know, where things have been used and taken out of context so many times and used for the wrong type of thing. But yeah, that was definitely on my mind, I would say. Like, I don't know how you guys would feel about it. You know, I feel like everyone takes things differently in terms of, everyone is different. I notice it even where I live. Like, even a lot of my friends who I speak to, they're just like, I would love to dress this way, but I'm so scared to do it because of where I live. I'm just like, girl, get up, pick yourself up and do what you want to do. Like, legit, like, people would think I wouldn't even be living, like, if I tell you where I live, people would be like, really? Like, yes, given the fact that I'm not, like I have family elsewhere and like I travel, you wouldn't really feel like I'm from the place I've lived or I've lived here for as long as I live. And because I don't, you have to change your mindset where you want to be, where you want to live, where you want to go to. You really need to blend your mindset with that place. Like if I blend my mindset where I live, you would see me in a tracksuit, friend, and you would see me being like a Roman. Like, it doesn't make sense. You literally seriously have to mend your mindset to where you want to be. And I've mended mine so much that I don't even feel like, I'm not even here. Like, this place is just where I'm leaving, and everywhere else is where I want to go. So like that's what I would say if you say to people who want to do certain things, but like they're scared of doing it. Just do it. Legit, just do it. Just do it. Like, what's actually gonna happen? And this is a big thing for me because I used to have these certain things I used to do. Guys, this is gonna sound so crazy. Like, I don't even know how to put it into words. But I would never wear baggy trousers. Like, I always used to wear like tight black trousers, and I don't know what it was. I just, because in my head I always used to say, I want to look put together, and somehow I convinced myself that wearing baggy trousers or wearing anything like that wasn't put together. And I always wanted to feel a certain type of way. I would always wear boots. I would never wear trainers. I would never wear shirts. I would always wear colored stuff. I would always have to wear a jacket. I could never leave without a jacket. I always had to have a backpack. Like, it was so weird. But like, eventually, and it wasn't even a situation, and I feel like it doesn't have to be what I was wearing. It's just a mindset of, oh, I have to do a certain type of thing for where I live to fit in. That's definitely how I felt. But the way I started breaking away from that, like, it does take time. First, it was inconvenient. Like, I would be going to the shop, I would be like, I can't wear this because I don't feel comfortable wearing it. I feel scared. I want, like, I would feel it was just very inconvenient. And then the second thing is, COVID really helped. Like, I just was at home all the time. Whenever I came back outside, y'all will think I was a different person. I was just like, I don't give a heck. Like, the world's about to crash and burn down. Like, why should I start caring about what y'all think about me? So I was very quick to abandon that, but it wasn't even as simple as that. It took time. So I would start wearing the baggy trousers. After the baggy trousers, I'll start wearing this. I'll start doing this. And then eventually, you get to a point where you just don't even care anymore. And it's easier because, guys, I feel like I'm talking too fast, but it's easier because we're now in a society where things aren't as regimented as they used to be. Definitely not. And you see people wearing things, and in fact, it pushes you to want to do those things rather than pushes you away like you used to. But yeah, guys, do honestly what you want to do with your fashion, how you wear your clothes, how you present yourself. Like, it's so important. Like, I could speak about presentation, and like I could talk about that for hours, guys. There's a reason why my brand, All This Wear, is all a gender, or what's it called, androgynous. Like, there's a reason for it, because it's so, like, you can get so fed up with how regimented you have to be and how you have to act. Like, it's crazy. Like, the thing is, sometimes you will see me and my hair will be down here. You will see me putting Vaseline on my lips. You'll be like, is this not a woman? And then you will see me the next day and I'm wearing a tracksuit and my hair, like, because I just don't give a heck. I do what I want to do. Like, as they will say in South Africa, I don't give a heck. Pulling, I don't give a heck. I don't care, because you have to kind of do what you want to do. And I've always said this even to my parents and stuff. Like, whenever, having African parents, guys, I'll do a story time on that. But actually, should we just do the story time now? Let's do it now. Okay, guys, having African parents is something else. With hair, with being a male and having hair is flipping crazy. Okay, so let me tell you the story about how I ended up getting locks. Um, if you say this is not my real hair, just send me the ID. I'll be there. I'll post up, girl. We gonna fight, period. But yeah, whenever I decided to get this hair done, I come from a very, Nigerian household. Men are not supposed to have long hair, especially if you're religious, but men are not supposed to have long hair. And I always wanted to have long hair since like the final years of my school, my secondary school. I always wanted to have long hair. I was just like, I want to do this. A big inspiration for me was Denzel Dion. Like, whenever he got his hair done, I was just like, I have to get my own hair done, period. Like, I have to get it. I already knew the hairstyle I wanted to do before I even had done it, you know. So I was just like, I was already set, but I kept pushing it back. And then I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait until uni. I'm gonna do it. First year of uni comes. Timothy, you're doing so well. Well done. You're so smart. I want my children to be like you. You are such a good student. Blah, 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 blah. How can I do my hair now? How can I do it now? Now the aunties and the children are looking up to me and they're just like, oh, you're so good. Blah, 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 blah. Like, child, all I did was get into uni. Praise be to God. I only got into uni. You all didn't need to clap for me like that. But yeah, I got there and I was just like, okay, I can't do my hair now. And then I hit summer this year and I was just like, child, I want to do my hair. I'm gonna do my hair. What did I do? I picked my phone. I started Googling. That was another story in itself. Googling and Instagramming the hairstylists. I went to one. I'm not gonna name these businesses because we're not bringing down any businesses. But I went to one. I said, Auntie, I said, Auntie, how much is it gonna be to do my hair? Because I know my parents are not gonna pay for this, and right now I don't have the coin. I said, Auntie, how much is this gonna be? She was just like, I can do it for 100. I said, I'm not gonna pay that. I'm so sorry. I'm doing this hair, and I don't even know if I'm gonna have it in for more than one day. Because if my mom sees me with this hair, she might take it out. So I said, Auntie, I can't do 100 pounds. I'm so sorry. I have to go somewhere else. So I went to another one, and she said 70. I was just like, we're getting there. Like, I can do that. And then I found my third hairstylist who I'm still with. I'm not going to actually, I should tell y'all the name. No, go and follow the Instagram. Like, I've already followed her, I've already tagged her in my post, everything. There you'll find my stylist. But I found her and she was just like, yeah, I can do this hairstyle. And the hairstyle I wanted, I haven't seen anyone do it before. So I was just like, okay, guys, I'm gonna go and do this hair. The way I was like, I didn't even give a heck. I was just like, let me go and do it. I went in the morning, like I booked it a month in advance. So I went whenever the month came, I went to go and get my hair done. And the pain of doing hair. Like the pain, I've never experienced something like that. I actually it got to one point when she was blowing dry my hair. My hair is quite long. Like my natural hair is very long. Like that's why it's not much to add to my hair whenever I get it done. Like she was blow drying it. I was just like, do you have a vendetta against me? Like the way you're blow drying my hair, I feel like, do we know each other from before? Like, do you want to fight me or something, friend? But after I got it done, like, guys, I was. They don't tell you there are three stages of getting afro hair braided or done. There's the first stage. The first stage is, I don't know if I like it. It's painful. I don't know if I like it. The second stage of getting the African hair done is, I like it, but it's flipping itchy. The third stage is, this is eating. This is good. This is nice. I went through all three stages for it. The first time I got it done, I felt like I was wearing a cap for a week. For the whole week, I felt like I was wearing a flipping cap, and it wasn't that bad to sleep, but it was not comfortable to sleep. It just felt heavy, And then whenever the itching came for 2 weeks. And don't say that my hair was dirty. Firstly, we're not gonna do that. My hair was clean. I washed it very clean. But the thing is, because of the tension on your head, you can feel like it will cause itchiness. It's not as if it's actually itchy, it's just because of the blood underneath your skin. So that's why. Girl, she knows what she's talking about. Like, so the blood underneath the skin, everything, like it was causing a bit of itchiness. And I was just like, it wasn't even scratching, but like hitting. I- Guys, I'm so sorry. Don't be. I'm so sorry. I'm baiting you guys out. I'm baiting the black girls out. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna say anything, guys. Nothing. Nothing. There's nothing to say about that. And and then at the first stage is you really like it, and I got to the first stage and it was cool. But yeah, the first one I did was a visible locks. How my mother reacted. This was funny. I went whenever I was coming home from doing my hair, I went to go and buy her chocolates. I was just like, I have to, I have to apologize before I even show her what I did. So I went to go and get chocolates, and then I came in through the door. And one thing that they will not tell you is like whenever you firstly get your hair done, as in braided done, it's gonna look a bit crazy. It's gonna look puffed out. It's not gonna. You have to let it marinate. So I had my hair like looking wild, and my skin like it was like you have a facelift pulled. Everything is just looking tight. And I opened the door. My brother opened the door for me. I was just like, oh, this looks really nice. Like this is quite nice. I was just like, okay. And I was just like, I got mom chocolates, like in case. You're just like, you don't have anything to apologize for. So I was just like, child, here, this is how we're gonna begin this. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see the drama that's gonna happen today. I went to my room. And the thing is, in my house, you need to walk past my mom's room to get to my room. So this is me walking straight past and went to my room. I was just like, okay, let me assess the situation. I I looked at my hair. I was just like, this one is too long. This one is too long. Let me tie it back. Let me tie it right back. And after I tied it back, guys, like it was okay. I tied it back. I was just like, okay, this one looks masculine now. So I went to my mom's room. I was just like, okay, let me show my mom this hair. I turned, I said, Mom, I said that I'm gonna get my hair done, and she looked, and guess what she did? She was silent. It gave a minute of silence. She was like this. Nothing, guys. Nothing. There was no words. There was nothing. And I was sitting there, I was just like, hey, I have started family world war. I have started it. Nothing. And then she was just like, it's okay. And every African child knows once it gets to the, it's okay. You've won them over. You've succeeded. The battle is over. She was like, it's okay. Like it's temporary. You're going to get it taken out, right? I was just like, okay, yeah, I'll get it taken out because I was just like, let's not fight today. And guys, ever since that was fine. Like the aunties saw it. The aunties were okay with it. One of them said I looked like a baby girl. I'm just like, I'm gonna take this as a compliment because the retinol that I put on my skin, it better make me look like a baby. Like honestly, the retinol I'm putting on my skin, I must look like a baby. Ah, like they were fine with it, and ever since then I've had long hair. But yeah, that's the story. Africans do not like it. Honestly, it's flipping crazy, and I don't even agree with it because, as much as we can laugh about it and be like, "Oh, this is so funny," like it's not a big deal. It kind of is. Like why the like I just don't like this attitude of men can have long hair. In fact, in terms of like society in general, this whole like fear of men presenting feminine is so dangerous. Not only is it dangerous, but it's disgusting. Like men are so afraid to be presenting feminine. And just like y'all are so afraid of something that's like it's not even a big deal. Like I'll be watching some podcasts, and I'm not gonna name the podcast, but I'll be watching the podcast, and they'll be like, pause, pause, pause. I'm just like, pausing for what? Just because you said something that might like, why is it that y'all's mind has to go there? I'm not even thinking about what y'all are thinking, but every single time that y'all say something that might insinuate something else, it's pause, it's pause, it's pause. And I'm just like, this is really, it just shows that y'all are not even at a level of maturity that you can even like say that people are different, or even accept that, or even rationalize that concept. Like whenever it's whenever women present more masculine, y'all have nothing to say. But whenever it's men presenting more feminine, or whenever men want to try fashion, they want to do this, or they want to have long hair, y'all have so much to say. Oh, that's fruity, blah blah blah. Like I'm just like, friend, if you know like I'm, no like I'm, keep it moving. It's not, it's okay, it's all right, it's not by force. Like, honestly, it's funny, but I feel like it gets to a point where you supersede that, and that's just how it has to be, guys. But yeah, that was like a rant. That was like a long rant, guys. African household is flipping crazy, but I'm not gonna try and dwell on that for too long because we could be here all day. Okay, I should tell you guys about what happened to me on Sunday. And this actually relates to her as well. But these families are so funny. Like my best friend, my sister, like she had her birthday, her 18th birthday. If y'all follow me on my Instagram, you will see the post that I posted on my story for her. She ate. She ate seriously. Like the outfit, everything was collectively making sense. And then whenever we were there, all the aunties came. All the aunties must come. They must show face. So one of them came up to me, and she was like this. And I was just like, she coming to hug me. Like, is this one of my mom's friends? Or those aunties? Those aunties who hugged you when you were 5 years old, and they see you when you're 25, and they're just like, do you remember me? Like, no, auntie, I don't know who the heck you are. But she came up like this. I was just like, hey, here we go again. I have to be fake nice. So I went like this. I was just going to hug her, and then before I know it, she was not even coming like this. She was trying to touch my hair. I was just like, what? And she was just like, oh, do you like your hair like this? I said, auntie, of course I like my hair like this. Like I didn't say it like that, but I was just like, I like my hair like this. I got it done. She was like, okay, okay. And she what did she say? She was just like, are you looking for girls? Are you looking for girls? So one thing about the aunties, right, is that as much as it can be annoying, they'll always be, their tongue is too slick. Like they'll always have you. So she was just like, do you like your hair like this? I was just like, I tried to be smart. I was just like, no, of course. And no, she said, are you looking for girls? I said, no, of course, I'm studying. Like, how am I looking for girls? I'm not looking for anybody, but she was just like, I was just like, I'm studying. And then she was just like, but are the girls looking for you? I'm just like, hey, I look at the fire. I want to go and land myself inside. I was just like, so you had to turn around on me like that. You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do that. Like, it was okay. It was okay. Like, just leave me alone. And I had to laugh it off and move away. I was too embarrassed, girl. I had to pick up my pieces and keep it pushing. Like, she really did come for me, but it was a dwell. But I hate that. I seriously don't like it. But what can you do? You can't actually change them. As they say, you can force the dog to the river, but you cannot force the dog to drink. Some people never change their ways. But yeah, guys, this has been the first section. This has been the first flipping section of this podcast. We're doing well, guys. We're seriously doing well. I'm gonna stop the video there and then restart it. Imagine it hasn't recorded. Imagine. See what will happen.
My husband has a girlfriend, a friend who's a girl, that he's had since high school. He lost his virginity to her and everything. They have never been a couple as such, but they've always been there for each other. Oh, sounds like they have. When my husband and I got together, there was flying comments like they had a relationship like Gaz and Charlotte from Geordie Shore.
No, come on, that's very specific.
Cringing in my skin even writing that. But anyway, it got worse. I found out I was pregnant and she obviously was jealous that I got the man that she wanted. A few years later, they met on a train on a night out and she said she missed him and that she would love to get their friendship back. So they started to talk on Messenger, which I said was fine, but also I was a wee bit scared, as I know my husband can be a bit flirty without realising it. I reached out and gave her an olive branch to put the past behind us. She was going through a difficult time and I offered to be there for her, as I'm not a bad person. We stopped talking for a while. She continued to talk to my husband, telling him things that I think were just too much for boy and girlfriends to be telling. My husband and I went on a night out a few months ago and I saw messages on his phone to this friend talking about her, and hiding things about going to her house for a party.
To his pal.
Uh-huh.
So 2 guys have been chatting about it.
Yep. When they couldn't get home one night, she was going to pick them up. My husband's friend suggested to my husband, get her pumped. And my husband's reply was, I'm tempted.
Never.
Nah,
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
sick. Oh my God.
I'm
I
done.
seen that and I went mental and was heartbroken, but all the messages between him and her are deleted, obviously. And I don't know what was said to bring that into the conversation. Am I wrong being worried? No.
Okay, so we're back from the dilemma, guys. And I decided to play it instead of me speaking it because I know y'all might be tired of my voice by now. But what I think about dilemma, that's crazy. Firstly, the good news, I guess, is he probably didn't cheat on you yet. But at the end of the day, like, that isn't cool. And this leads to the topic of, like, is it okay for guys to be best friends with girls? Is it okay for girls to be best friends with guys if they're in relationships? Personally, I feel like categorically you shouldn't place limits on who your partner is best friends with, like, especially if they've been having those first friends before they met you. Like, I don't think there should be any control in relationships. I feel like as long as there's trust, like, maybe I'm being airy wary. What's it called? What's the word? I'm being airy fairy. I'm being too, like, I don't know, but I feel like there should be trust in relationships. So that means that, you shouldn't put restrictions like, oh, you can't go to the club, you can't do this, you can't do that. As long as there's that trust that you're not going to fall. And I feel like the moment that we start putting restrictions on this and start putting restrictions on that is where, like, you know those things start to happen, because people have the natural tendencies to want to break the rules and want to go against them. I feel like you can't put restrictions on everything. There's going to be situations where your partner is going to be in an uncomfortable situation, where somebody is at work is going to hug them, and it's going to be uncomfortable, and you can't prevent everything. So there needs to be that foundational trust in that relationship before anything. Before you start saying putting rules is not necessary. So that's what I believe. So I would say that partners should be able to be friends with the opposite sex. I feel like there's no issue with it. And I don't know, like, I don't think there's an issue with it. Obviously, like, I feel like if your partner said that I want to be in a relationship with you, they should be committed to that relationship and know that, okay, this is not appropriate, this is not appropriate, this is appropriate. However, there are situations where, like, you kind of have to put a boundary in place. There are definitely situations you have to put a boundary in place just to prevent it. It doesn't mean that you're saying that, okay, don't do this, but you know how your partner can be, and your partner might be prone to temptation. It doesn't mean that your partner is going to cheat on you. It means that your partner could be convinced, and that is, sometimes you have partners who can be easily convinced to do some stuff. And you kind of have to put these boundaries in. I would say sometimes, as long as you guys have agreed on a certain boundary and say, okay, we know that this is your issue, this is what we're going to do to resolve it, then both people should respect that. From the looks of it, he's been informing her of this friend and everything, and she's been kind of giving the okay. So, like, it looks like they have an understanding whenever it comes to this female friend. So he's definitely in the wrong. Firstly, like, I don't think he's cheated. Like, it's different what everyone considers cheating, but I feel like it definitely wasn't appropriate for him to say. And this man is showing you an intention of he's ready to cheat, or he might cheat, and it's just a matter of time. He's telling you that he's going to probably do it. He's tempted. Like, please tell me, is it that you are going to fall into that temptation? Like, he's telling you that he's tempted. So, like, at this point, you all need to sit down and start, like, you all just need to sit down, and you need to bring the finger in front of him and say, listen, I saw this message about what you said here. Do you want to elaborate? Don't even say anything. Don't even say anything, because don't speak too much. Whenever a man is dealing with something, whenever the man is the one who's at fault, don't be speaking, don't be taking paracetamol for his headache. Like, don't. Just bring it in front and say, do you want to elaborate? He's gonna tell you, just let him speak and just assess what he's saying. Like, just let's see what he's gonna say. He might say that, oh, listen, I know this was inappropriate, and really the correct response for him to have is that, listen, that was a very inappropriate message, like, and I take accountability, X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to do that again. In fact, I'm going to cut her off. We're not going to do this, period. At the same time, like, again, that's affected your trust. But if you're ready to work on it with him, and he's taking accountability, that's the most he can do. But if he's coming here to give you excuse upon excuse, or he didn't say, then, friend, I'm so sorry to break the news to you, but it might be time to leave. Like, it might be time, like, maybe you might want to stay, but honestly, he's told you what his intention is. He's ready to cheat. Maybe it's time to consider, an escape plan, because it's just like men. One thing about men is that men would take you for a fool. Men would take you for a ride. They would take you for a fool. You cannot give man 1 ounce. You can't give him a space. No, I would just be like, okay, thank you very much. It's time for me to go. Like, I go and be with her. Like, honestly. And the thing is, like, people will say, well, like, and I know I just said it as well, like, he's chosen to be with you. You should have that understanding. But sometimes, like, men don't want to actually be with the other person. They just want to do things with them and enjoy that adrenaline they get from doing something they don't want to do, or something that they're not allowed to do. And that's sometimes what a man wants, and that's it. They don't want to be in a relationship with them. So you just need to evaluate it, friend. I would say just bring it before him. Firstly, he's in the wrong. There's no debate about that. But bring it before him and don't say anything. There's nothing for you to say. There's no restriction for you to put in place. Don't do that. Some people might be like, oh, I've seen this message. I don't want you to talk to her. Don't give yourself headache. Don't. That's not your business. Like, that is not your concern. In fact, you don't forget about her. Forget about blocking her. No, he's your partner. He's supposed to, like, let's stop giving applause to men for the most common things they need to do. No, he's supposed to be your partner. He's supposed to want to be with you. There's no thing that you're supposed to do. As long as you're being faithful, he's supposed to be faithful. You don't need to be putting restrictions on his life for something that he's supposed to be already doing. Like, come on now. So don't even give yourself headache. All you need to do is bring it before him and be like, I've seen these messages. Do you want to elaborate on it? Because I feel like no, nothing to say. Just say, I don't want to elaborate on it and see what he has to say. And then from there, you can gauge his response and see, is he actually taking accountability? Like, yes, a man might take accountability for what he said and what he's done, and he might be still intending to go back and do that thing. But you can only trust what he puts in front of you and act according to that. So that's what you need. Bring it to him, see what he's going to do, and see his actions from then. That's the most important thing you can do. So that's what I would do. Bring it in front of him and say, listen, I've seen this, and do you want to elaborate? Let's see what he says. He's going to give you 2 types of responses, which I've already said, and then you can choose your course of action from there. That's up to you. But I wouldn't personally break up with him after over just that situation. I don't think that's necessarily enough for me to break up with somebody. I would say, like, he's saying he's sent to, like, yeah, it's something that is not good for you to say, but I would never even break up with someone just for words like that. It's actions for me that is gonna dictate. Like, you can have, because we all have different thoughts which are definitely wrong and stuff, but it's actions which are really going to dictate what the relation does, and that's what you should be waiting for, his further actions. So yeah, I hope that's helped. But guys, I'm going to end this podcast soon. We're going to just do one more section, okay? I hope you have been enjoying. Hope you have been enjoying. But they're gonna do our playlist, guys. I'm gonna create a playlist. I've seen this on BDS podcast, so credit to them, credit to them, credit to them. Before you guys come and say you didn't give credit, I've given credit. In fact, I love BDS so much. I watch them such a lot. But yeah, guys, we're gonna do a playlist. I'm gonna create a playlist. I'm gonna put some songs there. Right now, it's not set up. I am busy. I'm a student. Give me mercy, please. This is even difficult for me to be doing this right now. I'm busy. But guys, I'm gonna create a playlist and then we'll put some songs there every week. Well, I'll put some songs and you guys can put some songs. Everyone can put some songs. But right now we're gonna do What Am I Obsessed With? Again, credit. This is coming from the What I Said podcast with Denzel and Ricky. I am taking inspiration. So please don't drag me. Don't drag my locks. I only got them done. But yeah, the Denzel and Ricky podcast, I Said What I Said, that is one of the best podcasts, I have to say. Except mine's the best. Mine is the better. If you want to watch my podcast, you can watch it. Come and watch it. But yeah, one thing I'm obsessed with. What's one thing I'm obsessed with? Oh, I can do this. I can definitely do this. Think to me if you think. What is something I'm obsessed with right now? I should have written this down. You would think I would be more prepared. But what I would say I'm obsessed with is jewelry. Yes, jewelry. That's the thing I'm obsessed with. Guys, I used to be really into jewelry. In fact, I used to have a friend in school. This is a story for another day. There's stories that are not coming to me. They're not coming to me. But I used to have a really good friend who me and him used to be into watches. I know, like, I was kind of a nerd. I was kind of a nerd back then, but I used to be really into watches, and then I was into jewelry. Then I kind of stopped. I don't even wear necklaces anymore. But recently, I've been into jewelry, Like I've been into rings, into bracelets, every single thing. Like I've been really liking it. I need to get me a VC. If you know what a VC is, you know what a VC is. I'm gonna get my VC. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you see me with a VC on, keep your mouth closed. Keep it closed. But yeah, I would say that's what I'm going for right now. I feel like I'm a silver person. I tried gold. Like, let me know what kind of silver or what kind of jewelry you guys wear. But right now, I've tried gold. And gold is really, it's beautiful, but I don't have many gold pieces. I don't really care to invest in gold pieces. Like, I would have to have a whole gold section. I've tried mixing them. I don't like mixing gold and silver. But if I want to do gold, I would need to buy a whole set of gold jewelry, and that's just effort. So right now I have jewelry. I have silver jewelry, which I really like. I really love my silver jewelry, and I really think I'm a silver girl. But I think I might get a gold piece. I might get some gold pieces and see what it is. But I'm already very beige. I always I'm very like I'm not pastel, but like I'm very much in my beige, brown, black area. To add gold to it might just be a bit much. So I'm trying to, venture out. But yeah, guys, we're gonna draw it to a close. I've really enjoyed talking. Like I really like talking. And guys, I don't know how everything the logistics is gonna work out, but hopefully you're gonna at least be able to watch this. If you're not able to watch it, you're gonna be able to hear it. But yeah, guys, just message me. And oh, yes, I've always wanted to do this. Round the table. Guys, you can follow me on Instagram at Ollis TV. You can also follow our fashion page as Ollis Wear. You can follow me personally at Timothy Ollis. You can follow us on TikTok. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook as well at all Ollis Wear, Ollis TV, and Timothy Ollis. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next podcast. Bye.